Hey, Dan here, and in this video we are going to talk about 5 easy to implement tips and tricks for your Google Ads as an accountant. So I'm going to give you 5 tips you can implement literally today that will get you better results. And I've been implementing those 5 tricks with all of the accounts that I'm running for the accounting firms that we work with, so I know for sure it works. So first, why should you even listen to me and actually implement those 5 tips? I'm the owner of Accounting Kings. My name is Dan, where we work with accountants to help them get more higher revenue tax and accounting clients. Most of the times businesses or wealthy individuals, can also just be higher revenue bookkeeping clients. Basically every service that you offer as an accountant, but for more money. And the last few years I've created a system that works really well for accountants to help them get them better results. Every single month we spend about $50,000 on ads for accountants, and I create these videos simply because I want to share my knowledge and help you out a little bit so you can see better results and help more people. So without further ado, I will share my screen right now. I will go into the Google Ads account of a client of mine and I will give you those 5 tips that will for sure help you get better results. Okay, so we are in the ads account of a client of mine where we are running campaigns for bookkeeping. We have been running tax planning and general accounting, and mainly also CPA services. So yeah, let's just go into the bookkeeping campaign and let's start with tip number 1. So this is a big one. A lot of the accountants that I am reviewing the campaigns for, what they actually do, they make a very big mistake in the targeting. So for example, over here, there is a location option. I will not dive into too much depth about like all the ins and outs, but I just want to in this video give you 5 easy to implement things that you can literally implement today and you will get better results. A lot of the accountants, what I actually see, a lot of the bookkeepers and tax professionals, they don't really pay any attention over here to location options. And then they actually click this option over here, which is automatically selected, and it's just a waste of money because this is going to say presence or interested in. So this means people in or regularly in or who shown interest in your location. And Google is recommending this most likely. They recommend this because you can actually show the ads to more people will click on it, Google makes more money. And the reason why we do not do this is because first, some of the accountants, bookkeepers and tax professionals that we work with, they want to have a bit more local approach in their marketing. And for example, if you are located in Houston, Texas, and they want to get clients in like a 40-mile radius, if you then actually select this over here, you are also going to show the ads to people interested in this location. So it can be that some person from India is actually looking for typing in an accounting firm in Houston because they want to send cold emails, for example. They will see your ad and click on it. And then you are going to pay for a click that is not going to convert. And even if it's going to convert, you don't want to talk with the person because it's not your audience. So this is a big one. Always make sure to select presence, people in or regularly in your included locations. And this is a big one. So the reason why this also works really well, let's say that you want to work mainly with business owners and you say people in or regularly in, can mean that they, for example, themselves live like 50 miles outside of Houston, but that their company is somewhere closer to the center. And since they are regularly in that location working in their company, you can still target them. So this is a very big one. And this is also why we always target people in the location itself, because the ad is resonating way more with the actual searcher. Because let's say that someone is typing in accountant in Houston and they are located in Miami and your advertisement says accountant near you, it's not resonating with the person in Miami, right? However, if you are actually going to say people in or regularly in a location, it always says accountant near you, which is true. Like it's resonating more with them and their situation. This is a big one. Another thing that is kind of like same type of similar tip is always exclude like Russia, China and India. There's a couple of countries that sometimes can send some spam clicks. This also works really well. Like, let's say that there's like a small chance, like a 1% chance that Google is actually still going to show the ads to people not really in the location you are targeting. By excluding Russia, China, India, and sometimes you also exclude the Philippines, you can make sure to actually just have a little safety margin. So this is tip number 1. Then the second tip, I will actually scroll down over here, is the bid strategy. Now, what I see a lot of accountants do, they create a campaign and they directly switch to max conversions. This basically means that there's a whole new account, no data in the account yet, and then they switch to max conversions over here, right? So this is like the options that you get. And max conversions, this is optimizing for conversions, is something that you only want to do if you already have conversion data in your account. Because max conversions means, okay, I want to get as many conversions as possible. And based on the data that you have, Mr. or Mrs. Google, optimize to get me more conversions. But Google doesn't know who is converting. So they cannot really optimize for getting more conversions, but they are going to get you more expensive clicks. So what's going to happen? Because more expensive clicks are more likely to convert, but since Google doesn't know yet which type of clicks convert, they are just going to get you more expensive clicks and waste your money. The thing that you actually want to do is go over here, that I do not recommend, and click manual cost per click. We always start with manual cost per click of like $5. If you are struggling with ad spend, we increase it to $7.50. But this allows you to get cheaper clicks, and yes, the click quality will be lower, but you will get more clicks and more data. And then at some point, one person converts. Google has some information. Okay, well, another person, another person, another person. At some point, if you have about 5 conversions, then Google at least has a little bit of data to actually optimize. And then you go to max conversions. What you then want to do is you take a look at the cost per conversion that you currently have. So let's say that you spent $1,000 and your cost per conversion was $200. Then pick a conversion goal that is 15%, 15% lower than your current cost per conversion, and keep optimizing the ads. So this is tip number 2. So just quickly summarize: location targeting, make sure that you always select this one over here. And tip number 2, don't switch to max conversions too soon. Then tip number 3, I will quickly put all of this over here, is the negative keyword list or exclusion list. This is basically the list of the keywords that you do not want to show up for. You can take a look over here. So we have a negative keyword list of about 1,000 here and 1,000 here and 500 here. This is so important because most of the accountants that I work with, some of them, they have no exclusion list, but they think that they were actually optimizing the campaigns properly. And I hope that if you are watching this video and you're running Google Ads for your own accounting firm, that you already have some form of negative keyword list. But you also need to make sure that you assign them, by the way. So one of the accounts that I audited once, they had a negative keyword list of like 2,000 negative keywords, but they forgot to actually apply and assign to a campaign. So they were basically putting keywords in a list, but not doing anything with them. So that's a quick side note. But what you need to do every single day, especially in the beginning, you need to go to your search terms. So with the negative keyword list, so for example, we go to the bookkeeping campaign. So for example, we go to the bookkeeping campaign, go over here, go to the search terms, and then these are the things that people were looking for, and our ads showed up for that search, okay? So what you need to do every single day, especially in the beginning, you go over here, okay, this is a competitor. Of course, you do not want to show your ads to a competitor. So we are going to negative this, and this. So you are going to negative things that you think are not relevant to your ad, which is most of the times is just the competitors. But sometimes if you are, for example, doing a bookkeeping campaign and so there's like a tax prep search term in there, of course you want to negative out. So you click over here, add negative keyword list, and you then just simply click on save. Okay, so that's tip number 3. Those are just 3 really easy to implement things that I know for sure will get you better results. Reason why is because if you are going to show the ads to people that are more relevant, simply because they are actually in the audience, in the target audience, in the area that you are targeting, they will resonate more with the ads and they will click more on the ads and they are more likely to convert. Same thing with the data gathering. If Google doesn't know what to optimize for, it's just going to do random stuff. That's going to cost you a lot of money. And over here, if you are going to actually keep showing the ads to people that are, for example, looking for accounting jobs near me, that's not something that you want to see as a conversion. So that's a 3rd tip. Again, really easy to implement. I'll actually make myself a bit smaller because I'm in the way. So yeah, let's go to the 4th tip, and that is the search keywords. Now, as you can see over here, we don't have any broad match keywords. Okay, so there's exact match and there's phrase match. The reason why we do not use a broad match as of right now is because, again, your ads really need to resonate with the searcher. With a broad match, it's going to show your ads to everything, every single search is broadly related to your keyword. So if I'm going to create a tax planning campaign, and of course I only want to show the ads to people looking for tax planning services, but then someone is looking for cheap tax preparation service, with broad match, my ad will also show up. But people that are cheap most of the times don't look for tax planning, right? Tax planning is more for the business owners. They know that a good service is costing money. And you do not want to show your tax planning optimized landing page and ads to someone looking for tax preparation. It is not going to resonate with them. And even if they click on your ad by accident, it's costing you money. And even if they convert, it's even a bigger loss for you because it's costing you money. It's the wrong data, but it's also costing you time because then you have a meeting with someone that is not even interested in the services that you want to advertise. So that's why we always use phrase match and exact match, because it's closer related to your keyword. So for example, with exact match, if you have a keyword, bookkeeping services in my area, and someone is looking for bookkeeper near me, your ad will show up. If someone is looking for bookkeeping services in my area and you have a phrase match, it will probably still show for bookkeeping services or bookkeeping services for business owners. Okay, so exact match is very closely related to your keyword, and phrase match is still okay, close related, and then broad match is just broadly related. Okay, for the accounting industry, it's not really something that you want to implement. I can assume for other industries it's fine to have like something that is broadly related, but for example, with the example of tax planning and tax preparation, it's broadly related to each other, but those are two separate things that you want to optimize for. So that's why it doesn't really work for our industry. So that's the fourth tip. So I want to suggest to you, if you are running a campaign with broad match keywords, create a second campaign with phrase match. What you will see, cost per clicks will increase because Google knows, okay, well, those are actually better clicks, but your conversion rate for the landing page will increase and your click-through rates will also increase. So the ads are more aligned with the thing that someone is looking for. So you will actually see that you will get cheaper leads, cheaper cost per conversions, but the quality will also be higher. Even if you actually see that the cost per conversion is higher for phrase match and exact match, I bet you that the quality of the conversion is better. I once was running a campaign for a client of mine and we were implementing broad match keywords. We had like cost per conversion of $15. That's so cheap. And I was pretty stoked to actually see those results. I was really happy. But then I was actually diving into the lead quality, into the recordings and everything. And I was like, okay, well, we need to stop this as soon as possible because this is simply not something that we want to optimize for. Okay, so then last but not least, the fifth tip. So with the fifth tip, number 5, you need to go to the ads and we scroll down over here. So tip number 5, you need to make sure that you have all the ad extension and assets in your ads, okay? So these are the site links, but also these are the call extensions, these are the call outs, structure snippets. If you want to use lead forms, you can. Essentially what you want to do, you want to make your ad as big as possible. Now I'm going to blur this over here because it has the information of my client on it. But essentially what you need to do is you need to make sure that you are going to add site links and ad extensions. I'll actually show you an example over here. So these are example of site links, right? So let's say that you are doing a Google ad and you don't have the site links, then this is the only thing that will actually appear. Well, if you have site links, your ad is way bigger. Like the real estate of your ad is way bigger and it's going to get way more attention and more clicks. So by adding the site links, structure snippets, by adding service catalogs, you want to add as many things as possible, the call extensions, your ad will be way bigger, making sure it gets more attention, and then people are going to click on it more often. So if your click-through rate is higher, Google actually prefers high click-through rate ads because it means that per searcher and user on Google, they will get more clicks on ads and they will make more money. So they are going to give you a lower cost per click in return, okay? This is really important. So by adding all these site links and basically ad extensions, you will get more clicks per 100 viewers, impressions, and because of that, you will actually get a lower cost per clicks over a period of time, okay? And yeah, those were basically the 5 tips. It's really easy to implement. And I know for sure if you just implement those 5 things now, that you will get better results. So also, as you can see, last month we spent about $50,000 on ads for clients. So I've tested a lot of things and I know that those few things always work. So if you are an accountant and you want to get more higher revenue tax and or bookkeeping, accounting and tax clients, there's a link in the description where you will be able to actually watch a video where I explain exactly what I do and how this all works in a way where we only profit until you do. So you don't have to click on it. I genuinely make these videos because I know for sure there are so many accountants that can just implement 5 of those easy things and then just help them out and get more business clients and add more value to those businesses. So click on the link if you are curious about what we do. If not, that's totally fine. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you have any specific questions, leave a comment and I will answer it with a quick Loom video, or I will make a new video about it. Subscribe if you do not want to miss any other videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.